next at 6.
25 years ago today, 29 men lost their lives off of these frigid waters here in Lake Superior. I'm Michelle McClintock. I'll have a live report from Whitefish Point.
The Great Lakes has taken its toll over the years in ships and those who served aboard them. A ceremony honors them today in Traverse City.
When life gives you lemons, you're supposed to make lemonade. But what do you do with 15 tons of potatoes?
Good question.
And we've got an answer. Good evening. I'm Dave Walker.
And I'm Nancy Loveland. 7 and 4 News at 6 starts now.
This is 7 and 4 News at 6. Coverage you can count on.
It is one of the great mysteries of the Great Lakes. It's only one of 6,000 ships that have gone down, but it's the one that commands the most attention.
25 years ago today, an epic November storm took this ship to the bottom of Lake Superior with all 29 crewmen aboard.
The Great Lakes are the graveyard of thousands of shipwrecks over the years.
But perhaps the one we'll most remember is the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
The giant ore carrier was traveling from Wisconsin down lakes when it sank in Lake Superior off Whitefish Point, north of Paradise in Chippewa County.
7 and 4's Michelle McClintock is there tonight. A memorial service is planned. Michelle, what's happening right now?
Well, Nancy, right now at the museum, the bell from the ship's wreckage is being rung 29 times, one for each member of the crewmen. We're standing about 17 miles from where the Edmund Fitzgerald actually went down. It may have happened 25 years ago today, but the memory of the Edmund Fitzgerald is still very much alive today.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down to the big lake they call Gitchagooey.
These are the haunting images of the wreckage of the Edmund Fitzgerald that went down 25 years ago today. Made of strong steel, it was massive in size. Over 700 feet long, it set records in speed and in loads carried. But even this powerhouse was no match for Lake Superior. Strong November winds took her and her 29 crewmen. The ship disappeared from radar.
No evidence has come to the surface that would indicate a good, solid reason for its disappearance.
There are many theories about what happened, but still, so many questions are left unanswered.
Even after the Coast Guard had completed the most extensive investigation ever into a Great Lakes maritime disaster, it really posed more questions than it sought to answer.
Now, one of those theories is that called the shoaling theory, and that states that the ship may have touched Caribou Shoal, which is about 60 miles northwest of where we're standing right now. It states that the ship may have touched bottom and taken on structural damage. Now, investigators really may never know what actually happened to cause the Edmund Fitzgerald to sink, but they say tonight may bring a little bit of closure to family and friends of those 29 members on board. Now, this wasn't the only service held for shipwrecks in the Great Lakes. In Traverse City, another one was held at the Great Lakes Maritime Academy, and 7 and 4's Dave Fortin has that story.
The Great Lakes Maritime Academy is the first to hold a memorial ceremony for the Edmund Fitzgerald crew. The annual ceremony was first held the year after one of his students, Cadet David Weiss, lost his life when the Edmund Fitzgerald went down. While the focus is on the November disaster, the ceremony is actually for all ships and crews lost on the lakes. As I watched the ceremony, I was reminded of the haunting words and melody of the Gordon Lightfoot song, Edmund Fitzgerald.
They may have broke deep and took water, and all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters.
Gordon Lightfoot has been a major supporter of the Great Lakes Maritime Academy for several years. In fact, in the mid-70s, he came here, did a concert, and established a scholarship program. He dropped by today, and I had a chance to talk with him about that.
It's putting something back, and that's what I try to do, and that's why I have the scholarship here and everything for that reason alone, just to give something back.
At the Great Lakes Maritime Academy in Traverse City, Dave Fortin, 7 and 4 News.
Now, the Maritime Academy in Traverse City is the major training center for deck officers and engineers for the Great Lakes Fleet.